Welcome to Numbers Over Nonsense. Bring your facts. Today, our special guest, cousin,
Yeah,
Rosa May grandson,
yeah.
and the person I want to give the credit to, honestly, cousin Donnie, person that came up with the name of the podcast. For real. Like I give credit where credit is due.
8 minutes
Been
due.
trying to get him. I've been trying to get him
Yeah,
on the show. I've been trying, man. He's the hardest
yeah.
working man outside the show business that I know.
Working, man.
But
Working.
cuz, welcome to the show. Thank you for doing
Appreciate
this
it.
with me.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for doing this with me, man. Week number 16 in the NFL.
Okay.
Let's run through these games real quick. I know you got hard out, so let's just run through the games of week 16
Okay.
already. I know we missing a person that's supposed to have been on, and we're gonna talk about him too.
Yeah,
Go ahead, go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
All right.
ahead.
So listen, no. Let's just start here. The person that we will name. But let me just say this spill first, right? He constantly tells me that I'll never show up or I'm late. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? I leave early, Dave. That's what the cat tells me, right?
we told him.
So when you called me up and you said, "Yo, I need you, and this person's gonna be on," I said, "Dave, that's
Yeah,
what I'm looking for."
you want the smoke.
And the first thing I said to you was, "What's the topic?" Because I need to be prepared for, it, right? Only to show up. Hey, I'm looking around. I don't see him. So we talk about T. T. I know you're gonna see this, and I know
You
you're
want to
gonna
do
hear
it.
this.
Yeah.
You can't run forever. You can't run forever. You understand what I'm saying?
Man.
So just let me know when you free, cause I will be back.
Right. Well, T, we on your ass, but no diddy. Let's start off with his team then, because they played Thursday night against the Chargers
Yeah,
and they lost.
seen it. Now listen, all hate aside, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to give it up to Bo Nix, man. I mean, he came out of college and he was ranked, at the bottom of the quarterback carousel.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for what I mean, I don't know if it's coaching, or whatever the issues are. But hey, man, Bo Nick's been balling. Nick's been balling, man. So let me shoot this back at you. Do the credit go to him, or do it go to the system, or do it go to the coach?
Me, it go to Sean Payton. I'm sorry. It's Sean Payton because this is not just a 1 year wonder, a 1 year process. Sean Payton started this last year. When he knew Russell Wilson wasn't the man, he got him up
Right.
out of there,
Okay.
got Bo Nix in, and now they're rolling. They still in playoff contention even after this loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, question to you, right quick. We're gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
Do you feel like they're ahead of schedule,
Who?
the
Who?
Broncos?
Broncos?
And meaning, like in the rebuilding stage, do you believe that they're ahead of schedule?
All right. So being a Giants fan, and I'm assuming that we will, definitely get into that.
Yeah,
So one or two things can happen, right? So is it one of them one hit wonders, that you start off real strong and then you kind of go down because now
right.
the expectation is, that you got to playoffs, nine wins, 10 wins, whatever case may be, right?
Sure.
And we both know it's hard to do in the NFL. I mean, that's just the fact of it. But I mean, from what I've seen, and on the low, because I hate to give Terrence any prop, but I actually been looking at them. You know what I'm saying, from afar. But
Mm-hmm.
nah, hey, listen, man, Bo is balling, man. You know what I'm saying, and I actually seen a lot of things from him, man. Obviously, he's going to grow and get better and learn
For
and
sure.
all that. But at the same time, for his first year, he showed a lot of poise. Now, if I'm Denver, 100% doing two things.
Exactly.
I got to get that line straightened out for him,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to give him some weapons.
Yeah.
1,000%, right? because let me bring it back to why I say, the John thing. Right? So when Dave's came in, right, and he took Daniel Jones and the crew to
Mhm.
the playoffs and we beat the Vikings.
Right.
Well, that was his first year. So now the expectation was that Daniel Jones clearly wasn't that guy. Right? So it was one of them new system, new coach, the whole aura, so all that played a part. Only for the next year to be a big disappointment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
No expectation.
Right. So, like even in Dave's point, I would have loved them to gradually go up to that level. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not start out so high because you were talking about when we had went to the playoffs. I mean, it was almost a decade of not doing anything.
And nobody had the expectations of y'all making the playoffs that year.
No, no. So
But
now even with that, that makes things a little smoother too because if the league is saying, okay, listen, y'all wasn't supposed to make it,
right.
so that takes stress off. Now back to Denver. So now next year, I mean, don't get me wrong, because I really don't see them winning at all, right? But they made a push. So now next year, what are we going to be looking at or looking for? Them to make the playoffs.
Playoffs. Minimum next year. Playoffs.
Minimum.
The other team that did take the win, and I believe they're full gold. I
Mm-hmm.
think the Chargers are full to gold.
Okay.
They have a lot of veterans on that defense. They have a lot
Right.
of hold on, let me get this right. They have a lot of names on the defense. When you look at Derwin James, you look at
Mm-hmm.
the Bosa, you look at Khalil Mack,
Right.
you think that team should be a lot better than what it is. Justin Herbert, throwing the ball. They missing Keenan Allen. Yo, that trade for that them getting rid of Keenan Allen
Yeah, that hurt.
is biting them in the behind because they
But
don't have a true number one.
but
But what?
what's the guy name? Lad? What's his name?
Oh,
Lad?
the little short white boy,
Listen,
Conky.
listen. He's balling for real. He gives me that Puka energy, right?
Think about this though. If he had Keenan Allen,
Oh yeah, for sure.
what would the numbers look like even more?
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Because you
true,
got a one and a
true,
two. Because think
true.
about it, with the Rams, they got Cooper and Puka. So
Right, right.
you always need that one, number two. And we're gonna talk about that when it comes to y'all too. But
Okay.
like I said, the Chargers got the victory. I believe they fool's gold. I don't believe the Chargers. I mean, they still. I just don't like the Chargers. It's just something about it. They missing pieces. They're not playing football the way I think John Harbaugh wants them to play football. I think he playing with what he got right now at the moment. That's the way that's what I'm trying to say. He playing with what he
Not
got.
yeah. I mean, true. And you know what? And not only that, but he's a running style coach.
That's what I
That's
think. He want that downhill runner.
that's what he does. So now, to your point, excuse me. To your point, I have never been confident in Justin. Never been confident in him, man. I mean, like it's all right. Put it like this: either he's injured, right,
Mm,
or to really be honest, he made horrible decisions. Personally, I mean,
right.
now granted, I wouldn't put him at the quarterback, rankings, but I mean, he's mid pack.
No, I
Okay,
agree. I agree.
but I don't trust him as a guy that can go out there and win you a game. I just feel like he's what you would call a game.
With a bigger
If
arm. With a bigger
correct,
arm.
correct. So if he doesn't turn the ball over 100%, they have a chance to win. But when he throws those picks, he can't get out of that hole. Like certain quarterbacks, right? They can throw those picks or have those errors, but they have the talent to get up out of it. I don't see him as having that talent.
So one thing, since we play football, we watch football our life,
Right.
it's all about when you throw the pick. If you
Yeah.
throw a pick in the first quarter, you can overcome that. If you're throwing it in the fourth quarter,
Mhm.
Tony Romo,
Right.
you can't win the game. But I
Nah.
don't want to spend too much time on these two teams. Let's jump on over.
All right.
Today, 1 o'clock,
Okay.
we got the Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you like?
That's true. That's
Who
true.
you like?
Listen, I'm not betting against that cat, Mahomes. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm
I'm
with
sorry.
you.
He hasn't been the best quarterback overall,
No,
but
not
he
this year. No.
has right. But he still has that trait, man, to where he might not put up 30 plus points.
Oh, you seen my thing in the group chat?
Nah.
So it's the Raiders,
Mm.
Giants. It's another team in the in the Kansas City Chiefs that has not put up 30 points this year. But
Okay, yeah. I
but the
did see
rest, I mean,
that.
of course, the Kansas City Chiefs is the only one that's 13-1 out of that whole bunch that hasn't done
And that's because
it.
he has that what they call that it factor, right? Something to where like it's not gonna be sexy,
Nope.
you know what I mean? But if you want trust, or if you need a quarterback to where like you trust in, and if you just keep the game close,
That's all you need.
that's all you need, right? To where
Tom Brady in his first couple of years.
listen, yeah, true. But nah, but my pick is definitely Kansas City, man. I mean, granted, no slight on Houston, because I really feel like they are up and coming, like they gonna make some noise.
See,
But
that was a
in this game,
team.
Kansas City,
That was a team that was ahead of expectations as well. Did nobody expect what they expect from them last year?
right?
Now everybody's expecting everything from them this year as well. That's
Now
the
that's true.
that's another thing. Listen, before we jump off Kansas City game,
Yeah.
I got one question. 'Cause we
Okay.
seen this. We seen this guy for so many years in our division.
Okay.
I'm talking about Andy Reid.
Hmm.
Right now, just think about it. Is Andy Reid a top 3 all time coach of all time?
Without question. And
Okay,
I'm going to tell you
totally agree.
this.
Totally agree.
I'm going to tell you this. Andy has that vibe to where like he's an old school coach, man, but he can adapt to the newer school kids,
Mm-hmm.
the older vets. Um, and
He's a player coach.
not right, and not only that, Dave, but I mean he's a smart coach, man. I mean, like being a Giants fan, all the years that he was in Philly. I mean, like, look, but you can hate on him, right? You
So
know what I
I'm getting
mean?
it.
Nah, yeah, he's definitely top three, all time, all
No,
time, and the Super Bowls back that up.
now that he got
Right,
yes,
because prior to the Super Bowls, I probably wouldn't put him in the top three. He
like
would he
10.
would he would be in my top 10, but now, yeah, bro, without question, top
Told
three.
people I had an argument at work right quick.
Okay,
The guy said if you put Bill Belichick and Andy Reid in the NCAA to go
okay.
down to college,
Mm.
players would want to go play for Andy Reid quicker than they would want to go play for Bill Belichick. And he looked at me like I'm crazy. I said, listen, he's a player's coach.
Yeah.
He's He's the white
Mm.
Deion Sanders. If you
Mm.
want it, he's gonna let the players be themselves. He's gonna hold them accountable. He's
Okay.
gonna let them be themselves.
Okay.
And a quarterback is not gonna be held tight like the way he did with like he did with Tom Brady. He's gonna let him be loose. Patrick Mahomes, he's
Okay.
loose. He can do what he want to
Okay.
do as long as you do what you're supposed to do.
Okay. Okay.
Um, my top 3 all time, and I
Mm.
had this conversation, so mine's away. It's Bill Belichick, Don Shula, and Andy Reid.
Hmm.
And Don Shula can get
All
replaced
okay. Wait a minute.
because,
All time.
yes, Don Shula, because of the wins. Don Shula because of the wins.
Mm-hmm.
He's the
Hmm.
all-time winningest head coach of all time. I mean,
Okay.
mine's already on my head because
Okay.
I had this argument. I don't expect you to spit it out the way I did because you ain't got time to
Listen.
think.
Nah. Just based on impulse. Um, I can't co-sign on Shula just yet. Let me see. I'm trying to think who else I would put up there though.
That's the key. Who we
Yeah.
gonna put up there?
Listen, because
Who got more wins? Who got more? I took my personal out
yeah,
of it
yeah,
because I took my personal out of it because
right,
everybody I'm always looking for a
right,
cowboy coach to get up in there, and I
yeah.
took it out because I could have put Jimmy, could have put Tom Landry, but I mean, top 10 for sure. Them coaches is in my top 10. But top three, I just, when it comes down to it, Bill Belichick as a head coach, and what he
Yeah,
did with Shaw, at the
yeah,
Giants, because people don't
yeah.
realize he was the defensive coordinator for the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Andy Reid, what he did with the Eagles, and then to turn around and pick it right up in Kansas City and win it. Come on.
Yeah, listen, I'm sitting here thinking that as you talking, right? And I mean, granted, I think my third will probably be Shula or Landry, 100%. So I'm tossing between Shula and Landry.
But then there one coach that we all forget about, Chuck Noll with the Steelers back in the day.
No. I mean, listen, top five, yes. Top three, no.
Okay, all right. We ain't gonna spend too much time on that. But speaking
Okay.
of the Steelers, we might as well transition right into the next
Yeah.
game. Today at 4:30,
Okay.
we got the Steelers versus the Ravens. Who you like?
Yes. I like Baltimore. Let me tell you something. Jackson is balling. MVP year. Um, I
Mm-mm.
don't I don't
He's not
I
the
don't
MVP this
think
year.
Pittsburgh has enough to overpower Jackson. And I'm gonna take Henry out of it. Jackson is having the MVP year.
He's not the MVP though.
Who is? Who?
That white boy in Buffalo. Look at it. Look at what he's doing. Nobody expected nothing. We're gonna talk about Buffalo because Buffalo on the schedule.
Okay.
Well, no, we're not because they're playing New England, so we ain't gonna talk about Buffalo.
Okay, well, hold on. So who has the better record?
It's not about. You don't have to always be have the best record to win the MVP.
Best player on the best team normally moves the needle.
Right. But if you're putting up crazy numbers and doing expectations that nobody expected you, nobody expected Buffalo to be in the position that they're in, especially losing
Why not?
because they lost at number one.
No. But
Look at the
okay,
expectations that everybody had for Buffalo. It wasn't where they at now. I
okay.
guarantee you. Look at the preseason
No.
ranking. Good.
But the transfer of power changed, right? Because for what 100 years it was Patriots, and I'm solely talking about in that division. It was
Yeah, man.
Patriots and everybody else.
Yeah.
Buffalo turned into that Patriots role, so it's Patriots and everybody else. Now, granted, the disappointment is the Dolphins,
Well, yeah.
but with all the injuries and all that. But you're probably the only person who thought that they weren't going to do good. It's
No, no, no.
nobody else in that division. Who, Jets?
No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not saying that. I'm not the only
Okay.
person. I'm saying Josh Allen's MVP. The boy
Okay.
giving you 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing
Mm-hmm.
touchdowns. He lost Stephon Diggs. He didn't get Amari Cooper right away. That
Okay.
trade didn't happen the first week. Everybody think
Okay.
that trade happened. He didn't have that. And he
Okay.
still had that team going. Are they the only team to give Kansas City a loss this year? Yes. I mean, it's Josh Allen, bro. Only how Josh Allen don't get the MVP.
Okay.
I had this conversation before. Is that Saquon breaks Eric Dickerson rushing record. So only how you don't get it.
Listen.
And Saquon, and that comes with an asterisk because Saquon had 17 games to do it, and Eric Dickerson didn't have 17 games.
Okay. Okay.
But back to this game. You said you like Baltimore.
Right.
I
Yeah.
agree. I like Baltimore too as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, the Steelers don't got enough on offense, especially with George Pickens not playing today.
Yep.
T.J. Watt's coming off the injury as
Mm-hmm.
well. Yeah, I think Baltimore getting a revenge. And it's in Baltimore.
True.
On top of everything else, it's in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
it's fun.
and not only that, man, but they have to make a statement, meaning the Ravens. So yeah, I don't see them losing to Pittsburgh. To your point, they are playing at home. So yeah, I don't
If
see Pittsburgh
if
beating them.
this will be an upset if the Steelers win. This is the true upset if the
Oh
Steelers win.
yeah. No, true.
So, all right, let's get into your team right quick.
Okay.
New York Giants.
Yeah,
That's tomorrow at
Giants.
1:00. New York Giants versus the Falcons. Before we talk about the Giants real quick.
Okay. All right.
If you're the Falcons, do you cut Kirk Cousins before the $10 million roster bonus hit?
Yes. To really keep it real with you, I don't even think that they should have even signed that contract with. I mean, Kurt has been the only quarterback, man, who will find a check. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen,
He's a
who will find a check and ain't never done nothing
his
but find a check?
his playoff record is worse than Dak Prescott's, Tony Romo's,
Yo,
all the hell that everybody gives me and my team. This motherfucker, best ability is availability at the right time to get a check. Period.
no, okay. So listen, here's the only smartest thing that Kirk did was honestly betting on himself. You see what I'm
Put
saying?
up numbers.
Correct. So I mean, now granted, I will put him toward maybe mid to maybe on the back end of quarterbacks right now. But like I said, the one thing that he did, man, was he bet on himself. You know what I'm saying? And obviously this is a quarterback league, and there's so many teams that just want somebody back there tossing the ball. So he fell into good situations. Now I'm be honest. It helps when you have a Jefferson that you're throwing the ball to. I'm talking about prior to him going to the Falcons. When he was with the Vikings, who better to throw the ball to? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I mean, so it all played into his hand. I can't hate on him, but he's trash.
No, he is.
He's
Certified.
he's trash. So to answer your question, yeah, no, I mean, like first of all, he never should have been signed, right? They actually should cut him. If it's any game that you want to start a rookie, it would be against the
Against him.
tanking or just horrible Giants right now, right? You know what I'm saying? This would be the game that you boost your rookie quarterback's confidence, who hasn't played a meaningful game on this level. So yeah, cutting. Actually, there was rumors about them doing it anyway, so I can see it coming down the
No, it actually got intensified this morning. I'm looking at it. It's
pipe.
all
Okay,
they're
okay,
saying it's going to
okay.
happen. So pick your winner loser in this game. Who you like?
Falcons.
Okay, you like the Falcons. See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You're a real one. Because you know your team.
Falcons.
Now,
Falcons.
all right. One more thing about the Giants.
Okay.
Giants is looking like y'all might have the first pick or the second pick in the draft, right?
Yeah.
That's what y'all trending.
Yeah.
You the GM. You sitting in that office.
I'm waiting for this question. Go ahead.
Who you taking?
Cam Ward, number one.
You're smart. You're smart. You
Cam
must listen to
Ward,
my show. You must
number
listen to my
one.
show. You must
And
listen to
I'm
the show.
listen. Not the poo-poo Sanders. I just think for what or where we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the need of the person that we need to call the plays. I think Cam is better suited for the Giants. And I like a lot of his traits, that I feel that he has over Sanders. Now, granted, obviously, I say, both of them are 1A and 1B,
For sure.
1,000%. But if I'm GM and my job on the line, I'm going to even throw a curveball at you. I'm picking Cam Ward
Mm-hmm.
and his OC coach. Bring gas.
So, I said this on Numbers Over Nonsense. I said I'm taking Cam Ward if I'm the Giants for two
Okay.
reasons. One, he's more athletic, and the offensive line that y'all have is not the best right now.
Right.
So he can make plays with his feet and get out the pocket and stuff like that. Shador
Okay.
likes to hold onto the ball and makes the plays.
True.
Number two,
Mhm.
I don't want everybody and their mama telling me Deion Sanders should be your next coach because it's gonna make Shador play better. I don't
Yeah.
want that.
Nope.
I don't want that on my back the whole time. So
Nope.
if I'm the Giants,
Yeah.
I don't want the first pick. I would want New England to get it because they're gonna take Travis most likely.
True.
Y'all fall into 2 or 3. Y'all
Mhm.
take Cam Ward.
Mhm.
Only thing about the Giants though, y'all don't
Okay.
trust black quarterbacks, man. Y'all don't trust
I
black
mean, well,
quarterbacks. Man.
we've never had one, but you know what I'm saying. But see, now we are in the age of that's where the quarter. Okay, so keep in mind during those early years, there were no black quarterbacks, right? When we moved on a little bit, you had one or two, and I'm talking about before your Mike Vicks, your Randall Cunninghams, and all that. So now there was a stigma of okay, black quarterbacks aren't smart enough to win a Super Bowl, right? And that stigma kind of went up a little bit more to now, okay, they're a little smart, but they can run. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now we have quarterbacks now, man. Well, number one, the current league now is you have to be an athletic quarterback. Like you have to be mobile. You know what I mean? Those years of, your Peyton Mannings, Tom Brady's that sit in the pocket and it's torch them, those are out the window.
Yeah, you right.
If you look around, you have black and white quarterbacks right now, man, who are mobile, who can do dual things. So back to the actual topic, yes, I have to agree with you. I think Cam Ward is more athletic. I think his only caveat is that he risks certain throws. Right?
He think he can fit it in a lot of pockets sometimes.
But I also believe that's coachable.
No,
That's
and he is
coachable.
coachable.
Yeah. Well,
And he
okay.
is
So
coachable.
listen, there was one thing. I was reading this clip, of them up in New York at the Heisman, and he made a comment. The question was, if the Giants choose between you and Sanders, what's something you could say that can move the needle? He said something that in my mind I would be like, yo, without a doubt, bro, you coming home. He was pretty much saying, listen, I don't really care about the media market and all the hype, whatever like that. I just want to be in the lab. Like I am not gonna be walking around doing this and doing that. Give me the playbook and just let me study. Those are the leaders that you want, man, at the arguably the most important position in football, right? Would be coach. I mean, the quarterback. So even listening to that, I mean, listen, let me tell you something. He's a smart quarterback. He had a hell of a year, at Miami.
Career.
True. But if we just isolate just this season, Dave, 100%, man, he had a
I don't
good
want people.
season.
So I don't want people to do that because
Okay.
I don't want them to say he's a 1-year wonder and stuff like that, almost
No,
like
that's
how they
true.
do Anthony Richardson for the
Right.
Colts. I don't want that because he actually has a whole body of work in college football.
No, that's true.
So yeah, let's run through these games. Let's make sure y'all
Okay.
hard out.
Yeah,
All right,
no, go ahead.
so we got the Lions.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't get my pick for the Giants game, so
Yeah.
my pick is the Falcons as well.
Okay.
I don't think that's nothing.
Okay.
So, we got the Lions versus the Bears.
I say the Lions. I'm also going to say that I'm actually picking the Lions to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, so you must have.
Nah.
No. I didn't.
Nah.
I picked the Eagles.
Okay. Nah.
Caleb Williams needs a lot of help, and I keep
Yeah.
telling people this: USC quarterbacks do not do good in the NFL. And everybody give shit for it. I'm a USC fan.
They
And we don't do good.
pre-Madonnas, Dave.
We don't do good in NFL, bro. We can
Okay.
go win a Heisman in college. We can do all that crazy stuff,
Okay.
Number one pick and get to NFL and we fold.
Okay.
I just don't care. I mean, whatever. It's just not. It always happens.
All right.
All right. We got the Arizona versus Carolina. I think we all go Arizona.
Yeah.
Carolina sticks around and gives teams good games and just can't finish them.
But there has been some games too, man, to where the Cardinals fall. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't. Okay, so for me, the Cardinals are inconsistent.
Yeah.
I am going to be honest. That's a game right there to where it wouldn't surprise me if the Panthers win, but I'm personally picking the Cardinals.
The Panthers can't finish. They should have beat the Eagles a couple weeks ago. They couldn't finish the game. They don't have enough veterans or seasoned players on there to know how to finish. They have Adam Thielen who killed the Eagles.
Yeah.
But the other plays, they say it's always them little plays that can define the game.
Right.
So yeah, I believe that Carolina. I believe the Arizona Cardinals gonna win the game. Wouldn't be surprised if it popped up that the Panthers won that game, especially with the Panthers being at home.
Yep.
All right. Los Angeles Rams versus them Jets. That's what I call them Jets.
Yeah, man, they suck, man. Rams. Puka is balling.
always high.
Cup, he old, man, or at least his body old, man. But Puka balling, and long as they can get Puka the ball, I can see them winning this game right here, man. Jets got a smooth defense, but they just can't put up points.
Listen, this how you beat the Jets.
Okay.
You make Garrett Wilson run the wrong route, and Aaron Rodgers won't throw to him the rest of the game.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened last week.
Okay, but hold on.
Bullshit.
So let me also shoot this question back at you. Is Rodgers done?
No.
Nah.
Somebody pick him up. Pick him up.
Okay.
Because of his legacy and stuff like that. And then you got to think about it. Now you're going to get a package deal. You're going to get Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams together.
But listen, that's the package I don't want, though.
No. Hell no. Don't bring that nowhere near the star. Don't bring that nowhere near the star.
Okay, but hold on. Wait a minute. Because we didn't get in Dallas yet, right? Okay, I'll say that once we talk about Dallas. Go ahead.
So we both picked the Rams.
Yeah.
With the Jets. We got the Eagles versus Commanders, a divisional game. It's playing in Washington. Who you like?
Okay, because you and I both know in the NFC East, it can go either way.
Slugfest.
I say that this is going to be an upset. I'm picking the Washington Commanders.
Okay. I don't agree. I'm picking the Eagles.
Okay.
For two reasons.
Okay.
If they don't let AJ Brown be in his feelings like he's been the last couple weeks, and they actually run the ball and then go to the pass, they're going to beat the Commanders. That's Eagles. That should be Eagles' game plan. Get Saquon rolling, it opens up everything else.
Yeah.
But if they let the Divas be the diva out there, they're not going to win this game.
And that's why I'm picking the Commanders, because I really think that there's a lot of internal madness with the Eagles, right? To where, don't get me wrong, I don't think the madness is going to disrupt their season as a whole. But I do feel like certain games and key important games, it's going to kill it. Because to your point, if they stick to the run and then pass after that, 1,000%. I just don't see them doing that. I just don't see them. Number one, I'm not confident in the Eagles coach, man. He's an ass, and he's
emotional.
He's
too
garbage.
Emotional.
Yeah,
he's too emotional, man.
I don't trust him, man. But go ahead.
We got Cincinnati versus the Browns. Jameis Winston is benched.
Okay.
They got tired of 30 for 30. They got tired. That's what I call it. 30 for 30. 30 touchdown, 30 interceptions.
Yeah. Even if he was playing, though, I'm actually going with the Bengals.
Me too.
Their offense is tough, man.
I ain't got no more to say about that. Let's go Tennessee Colts.
Okay. I'm not sold in Richardson.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, because he was the quarterback that I had to pick in the fantasy league game. We're gonna get to that before this is over with.
We ain't talking about that. I'm hanging up. We disconnected.
But
I'll get a little shaky.
But I'm gonna have to go with Tennessee.
Yeah. Yo, Richardson, he fell into that 1 year wonder in Florida, and then he ran into the Colts, and the Colts thought they had, the diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
He's a physical quarterback, too physical to detriment because he get injured a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like his throwing mechanics, man. There's something about his throwing mechanics. And for them to get Michael Pittman Jr. to take less money than what he was worth to stay.
Right.
But, it is what it is. So you like Tennessee?
I do.
I think I'm going with the Colts.
Okay.
Tennessee, they got Mason Rudolph coming in this week.
Yeah.
Because they tied of Will Levis. But, that is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the next game. This is a good game at 4:30. 4 o'clock. I'm sorry. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Seahawks. Geno's still questionable.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be a good game. Man.
Yeah. I like the Vikings.
If I had to pick, I have to go with the Vikings, man.
Sam
Yeah,
Darnold was a comeback player of the year.
yeah. Now, listen, he's tough. He's
He
tough.
proven that he went to a bad team.
No, well, yeah, true.
Sam,
But then also too, Dave, he proved that long as he stay out of a major market,
he's
then
fine.
he's good.
That
He
too,
couldn't last with the Jets, man. They ate him alive, man.
that too, and he's on to arguably the best wide receiver.
Right.
That helps too. New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills, Bills.
Patriots and Bills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bills.
man, you got to go with Allen.
The
You
MVP.
got to go with Allen,
The
man. Bills.
MVP. Yeah,
Okay.
the MVP.
Okay.
Now we got, as I call it, the fight for number one overall pick. Yeah.
Okay.
Raiders versus the Jaguars.
Yeah. Yeah. Um.
Who you think gonna lose?
Well, I'll tell you this. Let me tell you this. If Jacksonville take out all their players, the Raiders gonna lose that game. They said, hey, look, they said, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We need it bad. I mean, like, no joke, man. And I actually like Pierce, right? I obviously,
Hope he
he
don't lose his
won.
job, bro. Hope he don't.
Well, listen, if he loses job, is it's not because of him.
Yeah,
If
but you know,
if you don't have it, Dave, you don't have it. You can't make something out of nothing.
what I'm saying is, think about it. Last year when he took over as interim, right?
Okay.
He had a decent he had a running back and he had
Okay.
Devontae Adams.
Okay.
So he's thinking this year coming in, he's gonna have at least something. All they got right now is Max Crosby, bro. And they made him go sit down because, bro, you interrupting the games too much. You're making people fumble. Like, bro,
They
go
said, hey,
sit
man, sit
down,
down.
bro. we
Sit
try
down.
to get your door.
They said, bro,
You know,
bro, you
yeah, bro.
sit down.
You're
Yeah.
doing too
Yeah,
much
true.
over there, bro.
True,
Sit
true,
down.
true, true.
So I just don't want him to be the fall guy because you know how hard it is for black coaches to stay in the
Yeah.
NFL as coaches. And
Right, right,
what they gave him this
right.
year wasn't the same as last year, bro. So I just
And that's
hope that
true.
he's able to have a Shador because we all know with Tom Brady owning a piece of the Raiders and he's going to be involved with the draft and Shador being a TB12 athlete.
Right.
That's what he wants. That's what he wants.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Now, I mean, true. Listen, everything that you said is true. I mean, I like I say, I actually like him, and maybe I'm biased, because he did win a Super Bowl with the Giants,
yeah.
But I mean, he's a intense guy, right? And those type things are missing from coaches, man. In my opinion, but
And the players like him though. And the players like him. He's a
yeah,
cool coach.
no, they fought for him. They was pretty much saying, look, hey, listen, now hire him.
You
And what makes it so bad is the team listened to it, and that's why he got the job. But in this case right here, I would say Jacksonville is going to get the dub over the Raiders.
yeah. I agree. Shit, somebody called me in the middle of the goddamn. Um, let's go. We got the 49ers, 49ers Miami.
49ers and Miami.
So this is the IR Bowl. That's what I call it. Because everybody on IR for both of these
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
but it's true. But I'm gonna get an edge to the Miami, man. I think I think the 49ers got a lot more problems than the Dolphins do. So yeah, I think the Miami gonna get the win, man.
um, I think 49ers gonna win.
No,
What do
I
you
don't see
think
that, man.
about Tyreek Hill putting out that quote saying it's time for me to get up out of here? Putting out that into the
I
atmosphere.
mean that. Yeah. Well, first and foremost, that doesn't stem well, in the locker room, or even with the fan base and all that. Man, because it's a certain thing that you don't say. Not saying that you can't think it, but it's a certain things you just can't say, man. So it can also be a ploy in him saying, need a couple more dollars.
They just gave him all that money though this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, but listen, he's Tyreek Hill too, you know. But then also too, it was shown that with Tua being out, he was trash.
I mean,
He was trash without Tua being back there.
you're right. You're
You
right.
see what I'm saying? Now, if you take a Jefferson, he's putting him in his stats no matter who's throwing the ball, and he's proved that. With Tua being out for that stint, Hill was average.
So I got a question, right? I asked the guys
Okay.
last week we did the show.
Okay.
If you're Tyreek Hill, do you regret leaving Kansas City?
Yeah. I mean, listen, you always got to get your bread. You got to take care of your family, and all that. And I get it. But at the same time, too, you was gonna get your money.
Yeah, you wasn't gonna get pennies.
You was gonna get your money, and not only that, but you got arguably the best quarterback in the league right now. That's gonna throw you the ball. Who's almost never hurt.
Plays
Let me
through a
tell you
lot.
something. Plays through a lot. He's smart. He's bright. His arm is crazy. He would have probably made more money on the back end through a lot of different things, right?
In the
Versus just getting
longevity.
that lump sum from Dolphins.
In the longevity that he would have played for. So he would have
Yeah,
played.
sure.
He'd have played longer and not took, like you said, took the hits and been in a lot of like different type of situations that Tua puts him in. Tua winds the ball up too much. He aims the ball and don't throw the ball. In my opinion, that's why Tua gets his wide receivers fucked up a lot.
True.
And
True.
yeah. So now I always say, when it comes down to it, is about money or is it about legacy? And as we've seen, most of the great players, they have legacy
Right.
and they get the bread as well. So you don't got to jump
listen,
for the money all the time.
Nah, I mean, listen. Now, granted, I have never played in a league, and I ain't never signed a check
Right.
yet. You know what I'm saying? For a couple M's.
Right.
But I say that to say this, man. I think being a businessman, you have to think of everything and not just the money factor. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, there's a window for all players.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make the best of every season that you have. So now, if you have a cat back there throwing you the ball, who's a Hall of Famer right now, he's what? Year what?
6.
Bro, you are going to be attached to that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'm going to give you a prime example. When you think of certain quarterbacks, you also think of that number one wide receiver.
Jerry
You know
Rice,
what I'm saying?
Joe Montana.
That's it. Cowboys, Aikman, Irvin. Man, go ahead, man. Please, man. Stop.
You said it, not me.
But to make my point though, you're automatically going to be attached to greatness like that. You know what I'm saying? I think he was young and he seen that price tag. He was like, I'm out. And then on top of that, you talking about you gonna pay me to go down to Miami? Oh, I'm with it.
See, this is where he messed up. He went down to Miami. Now the nigga got 11 kids. He went down there and had a little too
11
much.
of them things. But
Yeah, you having too much fun.
Amen. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think leaving Kansas City was probably the worst thing that he will probably talk about later on. Even after his career is over with. He you know what? He's probably gonna talk about it then. Once everything is said and done, he's gonna revisit. And that's gonna be one of the things that he probably say, you know what? I probably shouldn't have left.
Especially if Kansas City go get this 3-peat this year.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
If Kansas City get this 3-peat this year, bro, you gonna be whew. All right. Tampa Bay, Dallas, Sunday night.
Listen, gotta go down to the Bay. Hey, listen, Tampa is smoothly winning games.
Big ass division too.
I think true to that, but I think Dallas is hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? If you would have told me a full force Dallas and a full force Tampa Bay, I understand that. But I think in this situation, with the injuries and all the issues and all that, going on down in Dallas, man.
All I'm gonna say is,
what's that?
Don't sleep on Cooper motherfucking Rush, goddammit. Cooper motherfucking Rush.
I'm sleeping.
The game manager himself, he know what to do. Listen, Cooper Rush know what to do with the ball. Be honest with you, no, other side though. It ain't really been our offense that's been fucking us over. It's been our defense that's been letting everybody do whatever they want. I'm
Okay,
tired of listen, I love Trayvon Diggs, but he can go. He can go. Bye. See you and your brother both, y'all can go, bro. I don't listen, y'all wanna
Diggs.
play. Bye. He's a crybaby, bro. Listen,
True. Yeah,
them
true,
Diggs boys
true.
can I'm tired of both
Hey
of
man, they
them.
whine, man. They whine, they whine, man.
Give
Hey, listen,
me give me
listen.
two give me two second
Okay,
round picks, you can have it. I don't care where he
listen.
go, bro. He going in division A.
Though, those Diggs boy whines worse than Keith Sweat, man. Every time I turn around, hey, man, just crying over something, man. But now, listen, I'm picking Tampa Bay to beat the Dallas
No, me
in
too.
Dallas.
Me too. I am and this has been a reality year for me because I've been my heart always want to pick Dallas every week. I want to go 17 and never lost. I want to do the LeVar Ball. But I know that ain't happening. And
Part 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 of the issue with Dallas fans, y'all really do think y'all going to Super Bowl every single year, man.
see,
Every single and listen,
expectation that's been set in life for us.
I get that. I get that. But Dave, at some point, man, you got to realize it ain't it.
No, it
It's
ain't.
been
No,
30 years.
I know, bro. Like
Okay,
I know when to turn the gasoline off, bro. Like you don't get now. Listen, first
okay.
first first 5 weeks of the season, that thing on full
Right.
blast. Then I'm like, hey, let me show that pedal when I see how this shit going a little bit.
Hey, listen. So I'm looking at stats.
Oh well, I'm good.
They say you can get a good seat down on the field for $19 watching the Dallas
Listen,
play.
listen, listen.
Come on, man.
Don't do
Hey,
that.
listen,
Don't do that.
listen.
I,
No,
I'll pull up y'all
look.
game too. I'll probably get a whole row for 200.
They say, hey, man, just come, man. Just
Come, he
come
must
in,
look
man.
good on TV. Slick
Come
good
in,
on
man.
TV.
Come in. Hey, listen, no, because I actually go to a game a game or two. Like I try to go to two games per season. I say, y'all cats ain't getting my money this year, bro. I don't want to see nobody on the field. Bro. Let me tell you something. Because if I go, give me some pads, man. Because apparently you need eye help too. hey, 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 listen. Hey, listen. Hey, I say, hey, man, y'all ain't getting y'all ain't getting my money this year, man. You know, and just see every time I go, Dave, I get really good seats. So I don't mind paying for a good view.
Nah, me too.
But it's like,
Me too. I agree
bro,
with
let
you
me
on
tell you
that.
something. I said I'm not going this year, man.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Are you stepping foot in that Eagle Stadium?
No, never,
See,
never.
my wife, in my house is divided 2 times a year.
Mm-mm.
She trying to get me. I keep telling her it's against my religion. I can't
Nope.
step foot in that thing. I don't care for what.
Dave,
Cause I'm so
mm,
petty. I don't give a fuck if it's not even Eagle game. I don't step foot in that thing. Period. Nothing.
Dave, I ride past there, because
Good.
I live up in North Philly. I ride past there, more times than not.
Do you want to?
I'm so petty, Dave. When I ride past there,
Do you ready?
I turn my damn head,
Oh,
man.
I thought you were giving it the finger.
Well, that hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. It's something about it, and working here too, right? So a lot of people at the job, they Eagles fans and all that, man. And I be saying to myself, man, y'all are weird, man. I mean, weird for no reason. I'm on, saying to myself, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like y'all color.
They finally winning. They finally winning. That's what it is. You got to
Well,
think about
I
it.
guess,
A lot of the people that we grew up with that's older than us, and
yeah,
I make fun of my father-in-law. I said, "You want to know why you so happy? Your whole childhood was miserable watching football. Your whole childhood was
miserable.
miserable. So now that
It's
you're an
crazy, man.
older adult, you finally
Yeah,
get to blast in the glory. Oh my God! Yeah, your team is finally winning.
yeah. Listen, I mean, like you have to give them credit. Like
They
they
are
they
doing
are
good.
winning games. I'll give them that. But guess what, Dave? I still ain't going to a game.
No, I ain't still putting that. Listen, when I
I'm
go to a
going
Sixers
to a
game,
game.
I get that cold chill because I know that thing's standing right
It's it's close.
too close. So we both picking Tampa
Okay.
Bay.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are just padding stats. CeeDee Lamb got his 4,000-yard receiving year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Number 88
yeah.
himself.
See, right,
Creeping up
right.
past, I hate to say it, but he pull
Who?
out another one, he gonna be past Dez
Say it.
Bryant. He gonna be past Dez Bryant. He pull out another
There's
one.
okay.
I love him some. Everybody know I love 88, so they make you fall in love with
Okay.
him. Monday
Okay.
night,
Yeah.
Jordan Love himself.
Okay.
I love me some Jordan Love and the Saints. Versus the Saints. Packers versus the Saints. Who you like?
Yeah. I'm a go with Green Bay, man. I think they young, they hungry. And they actually trying to make a little stance, man. I think the Saints I just don't like the Saints, man. You know
Saints
what
ain't
I'm saying?
marching. And they got Spencer
Nah.
Rattler playing, who
Yeah.
wasn't good in college. He was high
Yeah.
school hype. He got all the hype
Right.
coming out of high school, fell short at
Right.
Oklahoma, and then went to South Carolina,
Right.
fifth round pick. People didn't
Yeah.
expect that to come from him. So yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, Bay.
Listen, I know you said we
Okay.
didn't talk about it. We can talk about it. We can talk about the fantasy football league that we're in.
Yeah, come on.
We can talk
Come
about it
on.
because my wife number one. My wife number
Listen,
one.
no. She's balling. But let me also say this to you, Dave. When the season started,
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I was struggling. I actually made some trades. I made a impactful trade with you. And I ended the regular season with 9 games. That gave me a playoff berth, right? We actually got a game this weekend, so I'm a go ahead and get the dub then.
Who you got this week?
Go ahead.
Who you playing?
What's my man's wife's name?
Oh, Shanice, you got my auntie niece.
Yeah. So now granted, she beat me last week, I think by like 5 points, right? So she's up on me 5 points. Yeah. But now according to the stats, I should pull this one out.
So you got to pull it out and plus the 5 points too to make it to the championship.
Correct. So so we definitely gonna see. I'm hoping that her phone goes dead or something. To where she can't make her picks. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. You need to switch around some stuff because I looked at both of y'all rosters and she got some people on the bench. Shit.
Yeah.
But I ain't saying nothing. No, I'm playing
No.
neutral.
Hey, listen. And this is for you and T. I am talking.
Me and T ain't in the same category. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you this right now. No, we ain't. No bullshit. Bullshit, cuz because I was still in contention for the championship until the last week.
Right.
He was been on the bench. He was gone a long time ago.
Here is the thing that really makes me real crazy with T's team. T been putting up points. He's just playing the wrong people during that week. He's been putting up points.
That's coaching. I don't care. That's coaching.
Well, you and I both know that he's never been a good coach. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 seasons, Dave, I had made that man quit. I stepped in a room and he looked at me and he said, "Man, he's a Hall of Famer and I'm not."
You know what happened on that for real though? The karma came back on it. You know what it was? Because they didn't help out our cousin, and she was at the bottom of the league. I ain't helping out my wife, which is
you see that
T
trash, man.
T married our cousin. And I explained to people. T married our cousin, so we all in the fantasy football league. And he let it be known from day one, I'm not helping her. And you know what? Both of y'all at the bottom of y'all both at the bottom of the league for that.
Yeah, man. Well, listen. And I ain't gonna say the names because I love our family.
Yeah.
I think by week 3, they said I'm done.
So you know who?
They said I'm done.
You know who had a sleeper team though, for real? Deja had a sleeper team. She just ain't know what she was doing exactly.
Nah, yeah.
She had some nice names, bro. And then Derrick Henry slowed up on her too, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna also say this, but you know what I'm saying, because we have a separate group, Dave, without you being in it. Talks around the group is that your wife is not mentioning that team is you.
No, that's a lie. That's a motherfucking lie.
I said I knew the fix was in. I said I knew the fix was
Y'all can take
in.
that group chat and shove it up y'all ass. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us over here.
I said like I said, you know what? Now that you think about it. I said, now that you think about it. Dave said, okay, hold on. Right. I got 2 chances to win this for the household. You see what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't right, bro.
So we looked at all of the components in this. And that's when somebody had to step up, you know, because number one, I'm a 2-time super or fantasy football champion, right? So I came back and I made the necessary moves. I mean that's just what I do, Dave. I coach.
Well, we gonna see.
I'm going to
I
coach
hope,
this week.
I hope you and my wife is in the finals, so we gonna see.
I'm going to be honest with you. That is the finals.
We gonna see.
I'm being honest. So we are going to take out the VIX, right? And to where, you know, they can go on their honeymoon to, you know, after the season's over with, and they can go ahead and enjoy themselves. This is for ballers. I don't do this for fun. That's
We
why
gonna see
every
then.
time that there's a little, hey, we're going to make a trade. Hey, BFF. Oh. I don't want none of that.
I change with everybody else. So can't nobody say that.
Dave, you make
I'm
trades.
fair
Dave,
dealer.
Dave,
I'm a fair
Dave. No,
dealer,
no, no,
man.
no, 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 no. I have to disagree. You make trades before the draft even starts.
I make things when the draft soon draft over.
Yeah,
I want to see
but you
CD
get
Lamb, dog. Like, you know what I mean? And then you know what? That trade blew up in my face because I could have had Saquon,
you had Saquon.
but I want to see CD Lamb.
What? Not only that, but you had Mixon.
Yeah,
Dave, I will be honest.
Saquon.
You gave your team away for Hopkins.
I gave my team
What?
away. No. See, listen. I gave my team away for a good meal every night.
Come on, man.
Good loving every night.
Talk that talk.
Daddy
Talk
ain't
that
raised
talk.
no fool. Like you
Talk
said,
that
if she
talk.
wins, I win.
Hey, they said this is just fantasy.
Yeah, you got reality right next to you.
Right.
Hey yo,
Nah, listen, I ain't mad at that, man. But
actually not.
if
The fantasy team definitely was fun this year. We definitely running it back next year.
yeah.
I'm just mad my
But
boy passed away in the middle of the season, man. That was
yo, listen, nah. That's definitely unfortunate, man. You know, because even when you know I heard you talk about it on the group, why? You know, you know, like we never really hung out like that.
yeah.
You know, but when you interact with people, on text
Text
or
message,
whatever case
yeah.
may be,
See
man.
how
You know,
genuine he
just
was,
hearing that.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, so that's definitely unfortunate, man. You know, and prayers out to the family and all that. That's definitely a tough time,
Hey,
man.
one more thing before I get you up out here, because
Okay.
we got Fury versus Usyk fight this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm. Very,
Fury
very.
put on 55.
But is it bad weight?
It's a good weight. Because you think about it, you got a little
What?
man, you got a little,
Yeah.
Usyk not that big.
Nah.
So
But
Usyk gonna move around the ring. It's 16 by 16. It's a big old ring.
I get it.
And
Yeah.
Usyk the
No, listen.
champion. You gotta beat the champ. To beat the man, you gotta beat the man.
Yeah, but listen. Tyson said everybody's tough until they get hit in the face.
Yeah, but that's not the right Tyson. That's all I'm gonna say. That ain't the right Tyson.
Okay.
He
Okay.
named after
No,
him,
I
but he
mean,
ain't the right Tyson.
true. Nah, but I'm saying for me, very.
You like Fury? I like Usyk.
I do.
I like Usyk on
Yeah.
points. I like
Okay.
Usyk on points because you gotta beat him because he's the champion. Now, if it was the other way around, I think
Okay.
Fury would win. But I think because one, he got the space in the ring to move around,
Okay.
and I just think he's gonna outpoint him. And then last time he beat him, he beat him. So it's like
Yeah, I mean, but that was then.
this is now. You're right.
And I mean, like, and listen, if you get your ass whipped once, your plans ain't to come back and keep getting your ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, your mindset of something has to change. Because apparently what you did game one ain't work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm going to trust that he's coming with another game plan or another mindset. And I think this is his moment.
We're gonna see. Hey
Yeah,
man, like I said, I appreciate you jumping on with me today.
of course.
Man, I got to get you on before the playoff starts in the NFL,
Okay.
and I got to get you on when Colorado get ready to play. I know, everybody's on this
And
Deion bandwagon. I want you
okay,
on with the rest of the
and
guys, just not me and you. I want on whatever.
okay. But I listen. I have to say this. Just give me a couple seconds.
Well, you got this one.
And this is for T.
Put the next
Please do.
222 Oh yeah, I like that. Go ahead, I'm good. I got this.
Ready?
Good.
Ready? T. You can run, but you can't hide. All right. I'm always right there to teach you a lesson. See, the thing about T. T wants to be an analyst so bad, but don't know the game. And he keeps saying, "Oh, I played Pop Warner." Yeah. How many years ago was that?
Play junior
This
college.
is if he ain't showed you no facts, I don't believe it. Okay, well, look, hey, Dave, check this out. So since he played junior college, I was in the pros. Prove me wrong. That's all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Anybody can say anything, Dave. I just got off a tour with Michael Jackson.
He's been doing it for 20.
Nah, bro. He out. He out. Now listen, T. I need for you to sit across from me. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I can't prepare because it was gonna be a had you shown up. But I guess you did do some praying today. But I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you next time, T.
Nah, I'm definitely getting y'all to. It's gonna be us three on it. Either we doing a reaction or a
Yeah.
preview of one of these weeks. I definitely
Nah,
need those two on here.
listen, man. All jokes aside, when you and I and T, we have a good time, and it's a good conversation. So whenever that happens, definitely let me know.
Yeah, well, they can't blame you this week, cause they can't blame you.
No,
Can't blame you. Can't blame
they
you.
can't do it.
Nah, I don't care what they say. They can't. They can't talk. You can't talk bad about Rosamund grandson today.
No, sir.
All right.
No,
With
sir.
that being
Hey,
said,
hey,
though,
hey, man, hold on. Numbers over nonsense. I will be back. To show some love. The Don of sports will be back. But you know what? The Don of sports. Got it.
that's his name. That's his name. He named himself. I ain't
Got it.
mad at it. Listen,
No.
I'm your boy Dave, CEO Coles. I'm here with my cousin, the Don of Sports, and this is Number Over Nonsense. Bring your facts, and we will see y'all next week. And I don't know who I'm gonna have next week. Maybe T might come on and do a solo show with me.
Mm.
Invitation is always open. I'll let y'all
Mm.
next week.